7 of the 2020 St. Patrick's Day tournament. I'm in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. And just want to show you real quick. So like up here at the top, my goal going in so that I can prep myself for the weekend round is minus 15, minus 30, minus 32. And our minimum score is minus 11. So that means minus 22. And you look at the minus 22 and you go, minimum score is minus 22 and you're trying to shoot at 32 because there's a lot of holes on here that we have opportunities to pick shots up. And I played in my low level account earlier today, which is in a Ricky account and Ricky Pro. And the top person shooting was at 11. And then there was some 10s going down from there. And I think in a lot of brackets, that's what you're going to see. In my brackets for my odd and 77 account, 77 plays in expert, Ricky expert, and my odd account is always put up against Ricky in my brackets, Ricky Masters. Who I play out on the course is different. I may play somebody who doesn't have as good a stuff as me, and that's just how it works. And you want to play against people that have the best stuff out there, because you want to make sure that if something happens to you on that hole, you're playing against somebody that can help you out. But like looking at the people that are up here, so that this minus 15, and looking at Azus, 63 billion coins earned in 22,000 games. So look at what kind of clubs do you think they have? I mean, I've got like 8,000 games, 9,000 games, somewhere in that neighborhood, a billion earned. And you can think about what that took, how many chests they've opened up at that high a level in order to get 63 billion earned, and see like where they're at. And you go, man, with all their stuff, they should have a whole. Hey, I will tell you, everybody in the bracket's got the same kind of stuff as them. So everybody in the bracket's got great clubs. So when we talk about, like, when I'm talking about like what it's going to take for me to get to the top of my brackets, that may not be the same for every bracket out there, but you have to anticipate that there's going to be people who are in rookie, who play every other week, and that have great clubs and are capable of shooting those minus 15. So like your personal goal going into the week is always to shoot the minimum score of minus 11. But your goal is what you're looking for if you're trying to get a win is to try and get the minus 15 as a starting point and then work from there, because there are a lot of holes that we have an opportunity. And I've got a billion in 7,400 games. So you can tell how much better clubs they have than me. And I've got a pretty good set of clubs. All my rares are at level 8. All my commons are maxed out. My epics are the weak part. Most of them are in the 4 or 5. I got a few to 6, but those people that are up here that have won that much cash flow have got an awesome set of clubs. So everybody here's got an awesome set of clubs. That's why the scores are if you watch an odd, I would say in the weekend round, a 26 is probably going to be all the way down to like 70th or 80th place. Everybody's going to be capable of shooting those types of scores. But if you're in a rookie or a rookie pro and you're playing against people that have that type of, they're in those divisional brackets, you need to start at the minus 22, but really, and have any shot at winning, you're going to have to pick up at least 3 per side. So that 22 turns into a 28. And so those are the numbers that you really want to be looking for as the week goes on. So hole number 7, we're in the final 3 here. So these final 3 are all Glen Monarch holes, and we have an opportunity on all 3 to pick up a shot. And so it's going to be really important that we focus on these last 3 holes. I usually like to break it up into 3-hole segments. And the first 3 holes that we have in this segment are all Drew Moore Links holes. And really hole number 2 is the one that I'm really focused on, because that's a spot where we can pick up a shot. And the second 3, we've got 2 Glen Monarch holes and a Drew Moore hole. And that par 4, I really want to pick that shot up. That par 3, which is normally a very hole-in-oneable hole, the wind is blowing such this week that the wind is going to cause us some problems. It's still hole-in-oneable, but the wind is going to cause a lot of people problems. So for those that have low wind balls, hole number 4 is going to be, you're going to have a much better shot at it. But these last 3 holes, we are on a spot where we can pick something up. We can pick up a hole-in-one. We can pick up an eagle. And on hole number 9, we just want to get the eagle. So here we're on hole number 2. This is a par 4 that we can get this done. Upper developed stuff. The wind is blowing this direction. We're getting a headwind. So if we get up into this area right here and we're driving it into the cup, this shot right here is the shot. There is a shot that you can do out here, and I'm not sure. You'll probably have to bring out a 5-power ball with this kind of headwind in order to get it over on the green in one. And it is possible. I did it with a power 4 ball, but I had a little bit of tailwind. I might have tried it with a power 3 ball. Yeah, I think I had to pull out a power 4 ball in order to engage it. But the way the wind's blowing, we want to hit over here so that we have a pure headwind as opposed to laying it up over here where now we're hitting against a head side wind. And I am going to go at this with and ideally you want to bring out a low wind ball. Like a Kingmaker. Power 3 ball will help. You're trying to just dig yourself up into that hole as far as you can, and you're trying to get into your minimum, well, for me, minimum hornet, minimum wedge range, or minimum short iron. Let's get if I can get the words to come out of my mouth. Minimum short iron. For me, it's 111922 per ring. I'm really, I played with that hornet for a long time. Somewhere between a year and a half, 2 years, year and 9 months. We're 2 years and 9 months into the game. I've been playing for 2 years and 3 months. I've had my hornet up where it's at for a good amount of time. And go over here just a little so I can put just a little bit of curl on it. 3-1. I'm going to do a little bit of an overpull. And I'm going to put just a little teeny bit of curl just to flare it back into the fairway. Hitting it perfect. So that hornet hits, I have hit 1-1, 1-9, 2-2 with my hornet for a year and 9 months, 2 years. I mean, it's been a long time. At least a year and 9 months. And I've had a lot of success with my hornet. You still have to make great wind adjustments, and if there's a +10 or a -10 on holes, you still have to get that stuff right. But just like raw playing with my hornet, I have had a huge success with my hornet playing those numbers. And now that you can get the rares to level 9, at level 9, that hornet gets 100% accuracy. And so it'll change it from 94 or 96 accurate to 100. So it'll shoot, I would shoot at 1.75, 2.0. And I find myself a lot of times in that 1.9, and the 1.9 is really easy to work out as opposed to the 1.75. And I'm just like, I'm wondering, like, do I really want to upgrade it and change my numbers after all the time I have in grade? So I'm actually in my rapier range, which is 1.3 per ring. And I want to engage it. I'm going to have to pull it back and put a little bit of topspin on it. Just a titch. It's 1.3 per ring, and I'm going to take off 10%. So it's 3.6. There's 3.9. Little shy of 3 rings. 2 3/4. Hitting it perfect. Just try and get it in the cup. In the hole. That's the shot that we were going to, that is the traditional way to go at it. I actually got up there with that Titan and I could, if I wanted to shoot that with my hornet, I could switch that out for a katana. Normally when I come into holes like that, I really like to engage them with at least like one backspin. If you watch my stuff on a regular basis, when I come in with a hornet, sometimes you have to put on a little bit more just depending on where you're at. And on that right there, even if you brought out a katana, you'd probably have to put on more than one backspin. You'd probably have to put on 2 or 3 in order to butt up against the red line. But that's why I'm not, like, people go, well, that club doesn't have a lot of topspin. I don't normally engage a lot of topspin in my short iron. I'm usually looking at it, trying to come at it where I'm using one backspin. Good game. Good game. So that is the way to get that one done. Hey, are you going to give me the thing? Is just to come at it from that direction. And like I said, you're either going to be in minimum short iron or you're going to be in maximum wedge, depending on how much distance you can get out there. Taking 10% off and going straight at it. All right. That was hole number 7. So that is what we want to be seeing on hole number 7. That is all 3 of these par 4s have a shot like that. And all 3 of them, we need to capitalize on it because that's 6 shots that we can put in the bag. If you go out there and shoot the minimum score of minus 11, that's 6 shots, or that's minus 22. That's 6 shots right there, those par 4s. That takes that minus 22 into a minus 28 just with those. That's not even including picking up the eagle that you really need to pick up on hole number 9. If you pick that eagle up, now you're at minus 30, and that doesn't include those par 3s. So, when I say like going into the weekend round, we really need to be focused on, if you're trying to get a win, you need to be looking at, as much as this tournament should not be a low scoring tournament, it's going to be like every one of these other tournaments. You're going to have to shoot a really good score to ensure yourself a win. There's some brackets I think you can go out there and shoot a 28 and you'll probably win. But there's going to be some brackets where you go out there and shoot a 32 and you come in 4th. So those par 4s are a huge focus this week. Huge focus. And this next par 3 on hole number 8. So I will catch you there. Thanks for watching.